Follow me. Let me introduce you, first of all, to Ivan. Ivan here, I was talking to a minute ago about what's the most important issue right now for you in the country?
The economy and the border.
And why are those your top issues?
Because with the border, we have all these illegals coming in, bringing in drugs, killing our people, and it's disgusting. They're bringing a lot of crime and robberies and just killing our people.
Oof, you think the fact that this is a totally staged interview would have given this guy a little more preparation time, but unfortunately his 15 seconds of fame just go from bad to worse, insisting that scores of Americans are dying at the hand of undocumented immigrants, which, let's just say, is not exactly true. That is, unless you watch Fox News, which has a vested interest in keeping that immigration crime narrative at top of mind. Although that narrative ebbs and flows depending on the time in the election cycle. Joe Biden did tour the border in January, which kept Fox News quiet for a bit, but that doesn't stop viewers from pushing their tried and true narrative of putting other Americans in fear. The cruel irony of this dude saying he's worried about the economy and immigration as he sits at a beautiful fancy dinner on a literal beach vacation in Florida is just too on the nose. I did some research into how expensive NASCAR tickets are for the Daytona Cup, and average prices run at about $200 per ticket. So it would seem for this guy, the economy is doing pretty well, actually. Right now, the political messaging on the right is truly all over the place. There's no coherent ideology, no unifying message of strength. They can't even find a guy who's personally affected by Biden's policies. They insist are ruining America and instead have to platform some dude living the lap of luxury. And what's more, even the stars of the right are having trouble finding their footing as we head into 2024.
So finally, there's conservatives that are waking up and realizing that DeSantis might be a dictator. They are worried about how he is using his power in the governmental office to impose his will. Haven't we been saying this all along? Now some GOP donors and some conservative voices are really concerned that he has overstepped his fight in this awokeness battle, this fake culture battle that he has made up.
Now, I'm not totally convinced that Republican donors are jumping ship from the DeSantis campaign, but what he's been up to in Florida certainly is infringing on the central tenet of conservatism, that is, small government. How can the right keep propping up these various executive actions as the party championing free speech, freedom, and limited government intervention? I think we all know someone who's definitely going to latch onto these DeSantis policies and call out his hypocrisy, and that person is Donald Trump. Until now, it's been unclear how Trump is going to really go after DeSantis, who it seems like is taking over the mantle of the GOP. But this TikTok might hold some of the clues. DeSantis, the dictator. I said it last week, but one thing it seems like Trump is doing is shifting back into talking less about culture issues and more about policy. On his Truth Social page, he's been talking about the war in Ukraine and his commitment to not cutting Social Security and Medicare. Meanwhile, DeSantis is plunging in full throttle on the culture wars. And as I said last week, I do not think culture wars are winning electoral strategies. All of that for us on the left is a good sign about the inherent weaknesses to DeSantis's campaign, but it's a bad one if you hoped that we'd be avoiding another Biden versus Trump showdown for the White House. For more of my videos on the breakdown, stay right here. You can watch my video on the Los Angeles Police Department cops being confronted over their undercover operations by clicking on the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.